Will the Brooklyn Nets bounce back in Game 2 and steal home court from the Boston Celtics, or will the Boston Celtics put a stranglehold on this very hotly contested series between them and the Nets? And finally, how you are going to get paid to watch this one. Let's get it.
This is Enough Said Sports.
Hey guys, I hope all is well in your world. It is all well here at Enough Said Sports as we come to you with another preview and prediction video, this time in the National Basketball Association here on YouTube. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day or your evening to join us here. Also, guys, if you like this sort of content, please join us on Patreon. Click the first link in the description box below. Get all of our exclusive picks for all the NBA playoffs, MLB, and more. Appreciate all the support for all of you who have joined us over there already. For those of you who are new to our content, welcome to Enough Said Sports, where we don't do fandom, we do business, and where we don't make friends, we make money. We're going to talk to you about a matchup that's going to be coming on April 20th, Wednesday. It's going to be the Brooklyn Nets traveling to play the Boston Celtics. They're in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference playoffs here in the first round. It is the Boston Celtics are favored by 3.5, and the total in this one is 227.5. So let's first talk about the Brooklyn Nets. Let's talk about that Game 1 performance. Unbelievable game by Kyrie Irving. I've seen this young man get hot like that, and it is quite beautiful to watch. This man is just about unstoppable when he gets that way, and it's just magic. And unfortunately for the Nets, nobody else came along for the ride. Kevin Durant was very inefficient. He went, 23 points on 24 shots is not going to get it done. KD was very sloppy with the ball. The Nets as a whole was very sloppy with the ball, and so was the Celtics. But the Nets really lost this game largely because they were just Durant was too inefficient, and they was too sloppy with the basketball. Those are the things that kind of lost the game for them, and it was a heartbreaker because it looked like they had it, and they just let it slip through their fingers there right at the end. On the other side, the Boston Celtics, they just about squandered this basketball game. They went up pretty huge a couple times in this game, and the Brooklyn Nets fought back and got their way back into it. But much to the Celtics' credit, they really executed very well down the stretch, and they really executed very well, from behind there late in the game, where a lot of teams or the game is kind of teetering, and one more bucket from Brooklyn would have done them in. But they hung in there. They played good defense. They rebounded the ball well, and they did a tremendous job not calling timeout on the last possession, and it worked out for them. They were able to, kind of sneak through and get that victory they probably didn't deserve after they had given up that lead there late. So from a betting aspect, though, guys, this is what I see. I still believe that the Boston Celtics are a little better than the Brooklyn Nets in terms of style of play. I just don't think that you can win a championship playing iso ball. And the Brooklyn Nets just play a lot of iso ball. They don't move the ball well. They don't operate well in the half court. They kind of clear out a side, let KD work, kind of clear out a side and let Kyrie work. They run a little bit of pick and roll. But, largely Durant takes a lot of contested shots, and so does Kyrie. And it's just really hard to consistently generate offense like that. And even when those two are cooking, if you look back at the play-in game against Cleveland, Durant and Kyrie were both cooking, both playing really well, and they still only won the game by 6 points. I just think that this Boston Celtics team is just better, and I think it's going to come down to the Boston Celtics taking care of the basketball, because had they taken care of the basketball here, I think this would have gotten ugly really, really fast. And I guess we could say the same thing about the Brooklyn Nets, because they turned the ball over a bunch too, had they taken care of the ball right. But I just think that, from what I see matchup-wise and stuff, going into this series, I kind of was more teetering, didn't really know which way to go with this one. It was really, really close to me. I just think Boston's better now that I look at it. It's not that, they have one particular player better than Kyrie or one particular player better than KD. They're just better as a team and as a unit. And I think they're going to get it done here. I think they're better defensively. I think they're better offensively. I think they clean up the first game jitters and they don't turn the ball over as much. I'll roll with the Boston Celtics yet again here. I'll take the Celtics minus 3.5, take the Celtics to win the game. And I'm going to say it stays under 227 this time. I think it's going to stay just under that because I expect a better defensive game. And I expect less turnovers really on both sides, which is going to lead to less runouts, which is going to lead to less points. So I'll take the under, and I'll take Boston minus 3.5 and Boston to win the game. Thanks as always, guys. Appreciate all the support. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you again really soon. Take care.